Okay. First YouTube video. I'm gonna try and do this. Inspired by Austin FFA. You know if you might know him or not. Fuck it. But this is the story of how I got fucking expelled from my school. It's pretty shitty. So let's call this kid John. Okay. So I went to school, and this town I went to is very small, suburban. And what I normally do, because I'm a badass kid, I'm badass kid. You don't learn that shit, but I'm a bad kid. And I was walking to school one day, and there is a jewel on my way to school. And so what I did, I have a book bag. It's early in the morning, so nobody's really there. I went into the store and I stole a big bottle of vodka, like Smirnoffs, big, fucking huge. And so I went to school that day, and I couldn't go back home because I was already late. I missed the bus, so I started walking to school. I showed up to school and I started drinking. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little drunk, but they didn't know. So I poured some of it inside of a little juice bottle because I was gonna sip on it in school. It calms me out. Just chill out. And this fucking kid, asshole. Okay, I go up to the lunch table. 2 periods pass. I go to the lunch table, and this kid, John, as I said, he steals my fucking juice bottle. He didn't know the shit was in it. He just took it just to be a fucking asshole. And he took it and he sipped it. He's like, "Well, what is this?" And he just threw it away. He's like, "Fuck it, whatever." He's a fucking nerd too. He's an asshole. But he's inside of my next period class with me, math. And he's a fucking dumbass, guys. I'm gonna let you know. So we had a lighter in his pocket too. And what he did, he went to the bathroom, set something on fire, toilet paper, okay? Comes back to class, chills out, he didn't tell me, I didn't even know. But then the school administrator comes inside of the classroom, and he pulls out me and this kid. And so we're walking to the hallway, and I'm like, oh, I'm fucked, they probably already know, he probably snitched, I don't know. But he then asked me what bathroom I went to. And I told him, he's like, you can go back to class. That's it. Because my heart dropped when he asked for me. I was scared. So I go over to the next class. I'm thinking, okay, everything's good. He doesn't know. I'm going to get away with it scot-free, right? No. You see, he then takes me out of my next class, pulls me out. It's the last period of the day. And he pulls me over to his office and he says, empty out your pockets. And I did. And then he said, oh, because John said you gave him the lighter. I told him, oh no, I didn't. I'm a good kid. I emptied him out. He said, it's okay. I didn't think you did anyway. I go back into the class. And 10 minutes later, 10 fucking minutes, he pulls me out of that same class, but he has 2 cops behind him. And everybody's in the class like, oh my God, just, And me, I'm scared, like, no shit. So he then pulls me to his office and says, why'd you give John the lighter? And I told him I didn't give him a lighter. You already searched me. I didn't give him anything. He tried to convince me to saying I gave him the lighter, even though I didn't. I wasn't budging. I didn't give him any lighter. So then he says, okay, let's say you didn't give him any lighter. Why'd you bring the vodka to school? And my heart dropped. Like, it was fucked up. I told him I didn't bring anything to school. I don't know what he was talking about. And they gave me a breathalyzer. And, like, they got everything right. They were like, yeah, you had it in a bottle at lunch, and you threw it away when you saw a teacher walk over to you. Even I didn't see a teacher walk to me. I just threw it away. Just threw it away. But then he says, I'm gonna give you a breathalyzer, and I blew into the breathalyzer. Now, guys, keep in mind, I had like 3 lighters inside of my book bag, and then I had a whole bottle of Smirnoff's vodka. Not one of the small, big, okay? And so somehow they didn't manage to check my locker. They were fucking idiots. But I asked them for a sobriety test. I blew into the alcohol thing. It blew 0, 0 all the way. 0. They made me say my ABCs backwards, which is funny because I can't even do it sober. So if I was drunk, I wouldn't, you know. And it was no problem. And so he tells me, okay, but I still think you have it. I told him I didn't have anything. And he then said, okay, I'll check the lunchroom garbage can. I told him, okay, do that. Like he was gonna fucking do that. And at this point, like he kept me after school. So I was like missing all the buses. And so I grabbed my book bag. And I had an escort go with me too. Because like the school's all empty. Buses are waiting outside about to drive us all home. And the teacher walks with me to my locker. And my book bag was already zipped up, so they couldn't see me. I just picked up my book bag and walked out. I wanted to get out as fast as I could before they even thought about it. And so I get on this bus. I get on the wrong bus because my bus already left. And as the bus is about to pull off, the bus stops. And then they hear something on the walkie-talkie saying, "Wait, we need to get another kid on the bus." And come to find out, it was that fucking kid John that had said, "Oh, I gave him the lighter." So I'm sitting there pissed as fuck at John because I could get expelled right now for some shit that I had no, like my name wasn't even in it. I don't understand it. So John, then he's like, I was talking about him like, no, you're a fucking liar. He's like, oh, well, they made me say your name. Jabbar must have gave it to you. I'm like, you're a fucking liar. So I lied to him because they make you write out these student reports. I lied to him and said, they showed me your report and you wrote my name down. He said, no, they made me write your name down. I'm like, yeah, you're a fucking liar because they didn't even show me your report. So I know you're lying. He's like, oh, no, they didn't really do it. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, dude. He got suspended for 5 days. So I go to school the next day. I'm thinking everything's all good because they're not going to check the fucking lunchroom garbage can. And they didn't check my book bag. So I'm good. So I get to school the next day. Third period. The administrator tells me, come into my office. And I came into his office, and I was just sitting in there. And he calls me into this other part of the big office. And there's like 3 offices inside of the fucking big office, main office. So he pulls me in there, and my mom is there, and my granddad's there. And so he legit has said, you had alcohol at school. And then I told him, straight up, I'm like, you looked through my book bag, even though he didn't. I just said that to make myself even more believable. Because he wouldn't sit there and say, oh, I didn't look through your book bag. No. So I told him, you looked through my book bag, you gave me a breathalyzer. And if the alcohol that you said I had was as strong as you said it was, by the time I drank it at lunchtime, it would still be on my breath somewhat. There's nothing on my breath at all. And, he said it himself, oh, we couldn't prove it, but we know you had it. And I'm still confused out of my fucking mind because he said, we can't prove it, we just know you had it. And I'm pissed off, I'm confused as fuck, But, my mom is there, my granddad's there, and me, like the type of person I am, I'm pretty cool going, I'm nice, I'm chill, unless you're an asshole to me. Like, if you're an asshole to me, I'm gonna be an asshole to you. That's the way I am. And he got loud with me in the office. And it pisses me off. People cut me off. So I was explaining what happened. He said, no, that's not what happened. I said, no, this is what happened. He's like, and then he just said, you don't talk to me that way. I said, fuck you, dude. All right? Because you can't prove it. And he stood up. His office is pretty small. He stood up and said, you're not going to talk to me like that. I stood up and said, the fuck I am. Because I just did. And, that's... And my mom chimed in and said, no, Jabbar, you're not going to talk to this man like that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You ain't getting shit out of me no more. I don't care. Because my mom it's a whole nother story. But my granddad was there. My granddad drove me home. Because I live pretty close to the school. He wanted to drive me there to talk to me a little bit. He picked me up some McDonald's too, so that was good. And he asked me, honestly, did you bring it to school? I told him, no, I didn't. He couldn't even prove I had it. I didn't have anything. You know me lying because I'm just an asshole like that. So, I got fucking expelled for that shit. Even though they couldn't prove it. And it's all because of John, that asshole. I don't understand it. But, as I said before, first video, the lighting's probably all fucked up because it's my first video. If you guys never noticed, I'm ugly as shit. Just letting you know. I have a speech impediment, so some shit might be fucked up. I stutter a lot, talk fast. But hey, it's whatever. I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said before, Austin FFA and expelled had inspired me to do this first video, so hopefully it does well. I don't know how to make little thumbnails, so fuck it. Stay safe, stay high. Remember,